Welcome to Success Leaves Clues podcast, where I find regular people doing extraordinary and phenomenal things in corporate America and entrepreneurship. And of course, I'm your host, Dr. K. I have with me today Oceana Howard, the founder and CEO of Imperial Impressions. You've probably seen it all over the internet. Just like that on the hoodie. It is athletic wear that is absolutely killing it and going viral, makes you feel good, makes you look good. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, Kev? Thanks for having me on your show. Congratulations to you too on the podcast. Like I see you doing big things and that's so dope. So you know what? Congratulations to you too. Like you said, my name is Oceana. I've been in the military for 12 years, going on 13 this summer. Fitness and fashion have always been my passion for like the last 10 years. So I decided to give something tangible to the world. And I came out with my own athleisure brand. Pretty much 90% of the time I'm wearing clothes like this, unless I'm actually going out somewhere, but it's just comfortable. It's just everyday wear that you can wear. It's stylish, chic, and durable. So when you hit those hard workouts inside the gym.
So you mentioned something, athleisure. I've never heard that term. Break that down.
Athleisure, right? So it's like athletic, but still leisure wear at the same time. So when you want to go out and do your shopping, your grocery shopping, or go to the mall or whatever, just chill around the house or whatever, you can still do that in your Imperial gear.
All right. And how long has your brand been around?
July 16th is when we officially launched. And I came out with apparel for the women first, ladies first. I came out with them. And then November 20th is when I came out with the men's collection.
What has it been like, starting a brand, the creativity that goes into it, finding the right materials? What is it like just getting started?
It's a lot. It's really a lot, especially if you want your brand to be like to be quality, right? So everything that I have my name or that I'm associated with, I like for it to be quality. So from like concept to like launch, it's a lot. And it still is. Like you learn so many things along the way, especially if this is your first business or your first time even doing any type of business. It's a lot. So all the research that I had to do, literally I was on YouTube and Google, and basically YouTube and Google University is what got me through everything. And I'm still learning things along the way, especially with like content designing and stuff like that. And how to market more. It's a lot that goes behind the scenes that people just don't see.
Absolutely. And entrepreneur can be a struggle. A lot of times you don't really have somebody to guide you. And like I talked to you about before, the purpose of this podcast is kind of to provide people with, some of those clues, obstacles they can avoid and things like that. And who's helping you along the way with your clothing brand, if anybody?
Well, really like all the finances and stuff like that, and the designs and inventory. It's really me. Now I do have family members and close friends that I rely on for like their opinions and stuff like that. I say, hey, well, what do you think about this certain fabric or this certain design? Give me your input on that part. Then that's when I bring them in. And they may say yay or nay to a certain design that I'm thinking about or that I have in mind. But I do have like my mom and my grandma and other people who like they actually gave me some of the flyers and the mailers and stuff like that. And my grandma, she brought me an entire desk. So for my office, like an entire desk. She just sit around and she just shop on like Walmart and stuff like that. So I do have people, who's able to help me and stuff like that. But solely for the bulk of it, it's really just me at the time. And I don't mind that because I'm still at the learning stage, but as I branch out and Imperial Impression grows, then I know that I have to like potentially hire people to help.
Yeah. People sometimes look at entrepreneurship and they see the amount of work that you have to put in by yourself as a solopreneur, right? But the good thing about that is as you grow and expand and become a larger corporation, you're going to know all the ins and outs and how to make this thing work, right? Everything from logistics to fashion design to pricing your stuff at the right price point and even your marketing. So it may seem tough right now, but I know it's going to pay off, huge for you.
Man, yes. And then, like even for my website, I did not know that designing a website was that tough. I didn't. So this whole entire time, like, well, before I launched, I was sitting here trying to YouTube and design a website. And I just hit the group chat with my friends one day. And I was like, y'all wouldn't understand how hard it is trying to design a website. And then one of my close friends was like, hey, my girlfriend does web pages, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what? This whole entire time I've been struggling trying to design a page and your girlfriend does it? So her name is Maureen, but she actually takes care of my website for me. But it's a lot, like the intricate details, you just wouldn't know unless you actually get into it,
Yeah. It's good also to tap into the resources of your network.
Yeah. Yes.
You got to find those people.
Yes.
But this isn't all you do. You also said you're in the Army still. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, veteran.
You're welcome. But you don't only, not to say that any job is more important than others, but you aren't only a leader, but you're a leader amongst leaders. And that says a whole lot about you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I've been, so it's like I said, I hit 13 years in June of this year. So my job is HR. So that's human resources in 42 hours for those who know what that is. And just 3 years ago, I actually jumped ship and now I'm a warrant officer. And I decided to go the warrant officer route and stick to human resources because I literally do love what I do, like helping customers, the satisfaction that I receive from helping someone. It's just like, it just does something for me. So I decided to stay HR. But yeah, 13 years in the game, and I love it. It has its ups and its downs, like as do any other job. But for the most part, I'm still here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. How do you think that career and that experience helps benefit you and propel you in your business?
So it definitely does financially. So basically, I was able to use that money as I didn't have any loans or any grants or anything like that. Okay. So I basically used my money to fund my business, and I'm still using my money to fund my business. It's growing now. So now it's just solely like the business money. But that was the financial aspect of what the Army has done for my business. And then it's taught me patience as well. In the military, it's a hurry up and wait game. I think everybody knows that. So it's definitely taught me patience along the way with my business. And definitely just outsourcing to different people. Like the military is such a melting pot. Like if you just take the time to talk to people, you might come across someone who can actually help you. There are certain passions that they do can coincide with what you do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just getting out there and talking to people as well. They may be able to help you. You never know.
Yeah, it's important that you talk about how you got your seed money. And a lot of people in today's age are all talking about, you got to be an entrepreneur or they got to be some kind of social media influencer and things like that. And it's almost knocking having a job or having what they call a 9-to-5, right?
Yeah.
But myself and you have both started businesses with the seed money from your 9-to-5. And I think that's important. We have to realize that you're not only getting, experience and expertise from that corporate or military setting, but it's also your partner in business and it's fueling your dream.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of people had asked me too. They were just like, how can you work on your business and still have a 9-to-5? Now, mind you, it isn't easy. You know what I'm saying? But you have to make time for what you want. You have to make time. I'm very restless sometimes throughout the day, but if it's your passion and you want to work on it and you want to actually see it through to success, then you're going to find time to do it. But basically, like you say, this actually funded my business. And as I grow, I don't want to just throw away 13 years in the service. Like I really do want to make it to that 20 because that'd be another check that I can just sit and relax with, So I definitely want to finish out my 20 because that's what I started in. But as my business grows too, you never know. Like maybe Imperial Impression will pay more than my actual Army job does right now, So, hey, I'm in both of them.
Yeah. But there's no reason why you can't do both, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so you talk about the amount of hours in a day, and a lot of people talk about how they are stressed or overwhelmed, and they can't see quite how you can work a 9 to 5 and run your business. How do you manage the time and the tasks and everything you have going?
A calendar. Multiple calendars.
All right.
Multiple calendars, multiple reminders on my phone. And that's pretty much how I get through it. And just discipline. Discipline is a big one too, which the military has taught me. Discipline is a big one. So honestly, I'm a personal trainer on top of that. So in the morning, I have clients that I have to train. And then from 9 to 5, I go to work and I'm doing my HR job. And then after that, I still have more clients to train. And then I got to train myself because I'm also inside of a competition. So I'm training me. And then I go home to work on the business. So a calendar and a planner and reminders on my phone, if I have those certain things set in place, then they actually, I'm able to meet those deadlines. And they're just reminders on when I need to work on that business. But yeah, definitely when I come home is when I solely just dedicate all my time to my business. And then, there's still time for family. Like you have to talk to your family. At night sometimes, make sure they're good. So it's definitely a lot. And the good thing is my friends and my family understand that I am busier now.
Okay.
So they understand if I don't talk to them every day. But like you said, it's just discipline, and those calendar reminders help a lot.
But you slipped something else in there. So I didn't know you was a personal trainer.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Tell me a bit about your personal training and what that is for and what it entails.
So I got certified back in 2017 when I used to live in DC. Okay. Someone actually told me about it. And then I was just like, you know what? I really do love training anyway. So why not go ahead and get certified for it and start actually training, legitimately. So that's when I started there. I built up a big clientele and stuff like that. So then I moved down here to Georgia, where I currently am now. And I just kept doing it, kept running with it. So now I have a bigger clientele. And it's just honestly something that I love. So it doesn't even feel like an extra side job or feel like work. Because when we get there and I'm actually training the clients, we're like a family. We're all just in the gym having a good time, but they're seeing results. I'm seeing the results for them. And it's actually like a therapeutic session, if you will,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
everything seems to tie into, this athleisure wear, this personal training and things. Would you say that that's your passion, or is it just something that you're doing at the moment and you have a different passion? What drives you?
So it's definitely my passion. But what's crazy is it didn't start off being my passion. So my passion started off being fashion. So like way back in high school, I used to do like a couple of fashion shows. And then my early stages of my military career, I met up with somebody and I used to do like fashion shows and stuff like that, like locally, like local fashion shows. So my passion actually started out being fashion. I guess from my height back in high school, I couldn't play basketball. Don't ask me to play basketball, but I can definitely, model and stuff like that. Right. So that was my first passion. And then it wasn't until 2010 when I got deployed to Iraq and I was on night shift. I was just like, just sitting around and stuff like that, just on night shift. And there was like a group of people started going to the gym at night, and they actually invited me out with them to start going to the gym. Okay. And that's really when I honed in on fitness, because I started seeing the results. I started seeing the community, what I'm saying? Like the people that go to the gym, like they're really a family. Yeah. And I just fell in love with the results, the training of it. And you have to keep going. Like fitness is so big. Some people are out there training the wrong way. Some people are out there doing the wrong movements. So you just got to continue your CEs, your education. And so I put the two passions together, basically, right? Fitness and fashion. I put the two passions together. And that's how I came with athleisure apparel called Imperial Impression.
Wow. So where are you from originally?
I'm from Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in Charleston?
Ooh, what was it like growing up in Charleston? It was not that bad. I'm from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. So if anybody knows where that is. Okay. We lived on the road was like a family road. So it was nothing but like family back there, right? We had our own road. We wasn't like super, super rich, but we wasn't poor. It was like a middle class family, regular middle class family and stuff like that. My parents always provided for us. Even if they didn't have it, they found a way. Straight hustlers, they found a way. So I guess that's kind of like how I got it instilled in me as well. But life was good growing up. We went to public schools all throughout and stuff like that. It was good. It was decent. But I just know that I wanted to see the world from a young age, right?
Wow.
So I think that's also why I joined the military, is because I understood that, every so often you will move and you will meet people and stuff like that. And I just got hooked from it. It was exciting. And plus for school. But yeah, I just didn't want to stay in South Carolina. I wanted to be able to move around.
How often do you travel now?
For leisure, well, that crazy COVID put a stop to a whole bunch of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Blocking us.
Shoot, can't even travel to the grocery store for real if I wanted to without, maybe catching that.
Yeah.
But honestly, if that wasn't in place, I would be traveling maybe like 3 times a year, out the country somewhere or within the States, just seeing what is all out there. Like, it's a whole world out there, and I literally want to go and see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed from not only traveling, but from the military and things like that, I think I see a common thread with people who travel and they do get to see, like you said, a whole world out there. They're more versatile, right?
Yeah.
People who have been born and raised in one city, I think it's a life hack to actually leave your hometown for a while and, get the experiences from other cultures, even if it's still within the United States.
Yeah.
Like you said, DC is a whole different culture than in Atlanta or, somewhere else. So, I mean, you get to experience how different people interact, how different people talk, how they think, and it really opens you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right about that. Like, living in DC is amazing. It's a lot of Black entrepreneurship out there. Like, that's really what they preach. Everywhere you go around the corner, they have some type of event that is applauding, entrepreneurship and minorities and stuff like that. So I absolutely love DC. I could say that was one of my best duty stations out there.
Yeah. How long were you there?
I was there for 3 years, so 16 to 19.
All right.
Yeah.
I notice a lot of what drives you and kind of puts a smile on your face is when you talk about family and community.
Yeah.
And that's what Imperial Impression is all about.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying like, okay, well, growing up in Charleston, I had a lot of family, a lot of community. And then when you got into, even though you were deployed and that's a tough situation, I understand that, but being at the gym gave you a sense of community and said those people really stick together and they really interact differently.
Yeah.
And now you're taking that on to not only your personal training, business, but also to your clothing business.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like a whole lot is built around Imperial Impression. And I believe your customers are going to feel that and they're going to appreciate that family aspect of the brand.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Like, that's what it's all about. You hit it on the head. Like, I couldn't even have said it better. Like, that's it. Honestly, that's it. Like, I literally was by myself at night talking about when I was deployed, and I think back then, I don't know, maybe I was 20, 21, something like that. So I was very young to be deployed to Iraq, you know what I'm saying? Never have been anywhere before other than that, right? So it was these group of people, man, that I guess they saw that and they felt that. And it was like, hey, let's bring her in, So ever since then, I just fell in love with the gym and then like the community that comes with it. So yeah, that's true. And then for my customers and my clientele and stuff like that, I just want them to know that, it is a family. I want it to feel very family oriented. Even the type of environment that I foster at work, I want us to be a close-knit family. The military can be so cold at times. So I just want us to all, be able to come to each other for anything, talk to us, and of course, get work done.
And of course, get work done. Yeah, that's important. Yeah. Especially if you're driving a business, that's an important aspect. You can't have fun all the time, right?
No, we got to get the work done first, baby, and then we can play.
Yeah. But working out is a lot about discipline too. And you're talking about getting the work done. With myself, I don't work out nearly as much as when I was in the military. I mean, it was kind of forced on you. And then, like you said, I had a lot of friends and stuff. It was a challenge. It was like, okay, how far are we going to run today? How much are we going to work out today? So but now I'm on my own, and it's
So
not
you
as
on your
fun.
own, so you're not hitting the gym like that, is what I'm
No.
hearing.
Huh?
So you on your own, so you don't even go to the gym like that. That's what you're saying.
No, not at all. I got a Peloton, so I'll ride the Peloton. I'm lazy with it now.
Hey, you know what? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You still on the Peloton and you getting it in. So I mean, you good.
Yeah. How do you give people the motivation or that discipline? How do they get that, or how can they improve that?
So honestly, like I have to look from within and pull the discipline out of myself too, because you have to learn that everybody does not have your mentality.
Yeah.
Everybody does not have your energy. Everybody does not have your motivation. So how are you going to be able to give that to them, right? So I just make sure that I present that when I'm training my clients, and they saying, okay, well, if she's doing it, she's giving me the energy, then I want to follow suit. I want to emulate that. So that's when I just build from within. So I just make sure I'm presenting that to them. I'm giving them my full energy. And then hopefully, say in return, which they do for the most part, if they're not extremely tired from what I put them through, then they give me that same energy back. It's reciprocated. Energy, and then honestly, when once those results start coming in and you start seeing them, that's just extra motivation for them to keep going.
So you made a lot of good points. One is seeing results. So once you have some tangible victories, right, it gives you something that motivates you and it lets you know that success is possible.
Yeah.
But how do you keep that energy and that high level of intensity when you're not seeing the results yet?
That's when you got to drink that bucket of discipline. That's when the discipline comes in at, because if you're not going to receive results right away. You won't. Yeah. And then of course, like you see yourself every day. So you may see results later than someone else will see the results on you, Wow. So you just have to be disciplined. It really does take a lot to be disciplined, to get up and want to go to the gym, even when you do not want to do it. When you have a headache, when you have body aches, when you had a hard day at work, you just do not feel like it. You have to be disciplined enough to still go. So discipline plays a big factor. Yeah.
You pour into a lot of people. You talk about your personal training, and you said you give them that energy and that motivation. Mm-hmm. But where do you muster it up from? How do you get it?
Again, it's just the built up discipline that I have, but also when I honestly feel like I don't want to go, it's still the discipline, but it's just because I know the results will come, right? I know the results will come. I believe in my work and I know it's effective. So I'm just like, hey, just continue to go. Just keep going. Like if you stop, you're going to be further away from the finish line than what you were.
Okay.
Right. So it's just like, it's cheap. Like Nipsey said, it's a marathon. Like it's not a sprint.
You're right. Yeah. And it's the same mentality with your business. Mm-hmm. So it's like a lot of people can see that they're putting in the hard work and it feels like they're doing the right things or the things that their coach or mentor has told them to do, but they're just not seeing the results.
Yeah.
And if they take the same mentality that you're talking about and just persevere and push through it, the success is going to come. The results are going to come.
Yeah.
You just got to stay consistent. You just got to stay in the game, and it's inevitable.
Yeah. And you know what? It's just about being resilient, like you said, and furthering your education, just this furthering your education. Like I'm not even gonna lie. So after I launched July 16th and I launched my the women collection, right? Mm-hmm. The apparel for them, I knew that you have to have plans. You have to have steps in order. So it's just like, okay, Oceana, you launched the women collection. What's next? Okay, launch the men's collection. What's next? How are you marketing? What's next? What's your next move? So it's like the same thing with the gym in a sense. So you worked out today. What are you working out tomorrow? What's next? Or what's your next goal? What is what's next? So you have to keep upping your scale, keep outsourcing to different people, keep reading. You have to keep that knowledge going. You just cannot stay consistent or complacent. I'm sorry. But yeah, just keep going.
Yeah. What do you do in your circle or in your community that helps motivate that side of you, not only the athletic side or the fitness side?
So
you have a
actually
good
what I
family
do is
for
I
that.
have these things hosted at my house. I call them Wind Down Wednesdays.
Okay.
So when I was in DC, Wind Down Wednesdays was basically like, I invite the friends over and we of course drink our wine, and I may make some food and stuff like that. And it was just a break for us to just come together and socialize. That's what Wind Down Wednesdays was when in DC when I started hosting it. Mm-hmm. Now that I have a business, I wanted to tailor my Wind Down Wednesdays towards entrepreneurship. So myself and other people that come to these Wind Down Wednesdays are other business owners, and basically it is a accountability meeting. So that's what it is, right? Yeah. So we hold each other accountable, and of course, again, we're socializing and stuff like that. We might have light drinks and light snacks, but it's basically a meeting that I host, right? And it's basically saying, okay, what have you done in your business thus far? What are you about to do? Right? Do you feel complacent? Are you on the move? Are you on track? What's your next move? So it's a big accountability party is what I call it.
Yeah. It's good to have somebody that can hold you accountable, because we always can't, press or uplift ourselves. It's like the old saying, iron sharpens iron, right? So if you're around the right people,
it just motivates you to keep going, right? Because you can be in your own lane and you could be thinking, okay, I'm moving fast, I'm moving slow, I'm moving fast, I'm not moving at all. But if you have other people that's near you and they're moving too, you'll stay on track. You'll mentally stay on track, and you'll be like, okay, I see them moving. They're on the path with me. Let me keep going too. You won't feel like an outsider, like you're doing this all alone.
Yeah. I remember in the military, we would do those formation runs, right? And there's nothing more embarrassing in a formation run than falling out.
Yeah.
And so those are, in that run, those are your accountability partners, right? You got somebody that would just, you're looking to your left or in front of you, and you're like, look, I'm not about to fall out. I'm not about to let this guy beat me.
So you're right. You're right. I'm not about to fall out. Keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So that works well with your Wind Down Wednesdays. Look, I'm in Richmond. I know we got to do this virtual thing right now, but if you're here, I want to do it. Or if I can come to Georgia, I'd love to be a part of the Wind Down Wednesdays.
Say no more. Yeah, definitely. I have an invitation to you. You got an invitation down here, for real.
Great. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The outside of that and all your discipline and stuff, is there anything else you want to let the people know about yourself or the brand?
So for the brand, I'm working on the next release for the women collection.
Yeah.
So I tend to drop quarterly. Right now I'm dropping quarterly, right? For the year of 2022, I'm going to have quarterly drops. So I'm working on the females right now. And then after that, we have the swimsuits coming for, swim for the men and the ladies. So that's coming right before summer. So that's what they can look forward to.
Yeah.
And other than that, if anybody needs any tips or anything on how to start a business, Class 25 apparel business, anything, like if you need anything, just email me or send my business page a DM, and I'll be more than willing to help you, because I understand and I know how hard it is, or how hard it could be sometimes with starting. So yeah, I'm an open book. If I have the answer, or if I'm able to find it for you, I have no problem giving or sharing the information.
That's awesome for you to offer that up to the audience. I appreciate you for doing that, because so many people are on their own pathway to success, or they're already at this level and they never want to look back. They never want to reach down and help other people.
Yeah.
And they almost think that hoarding the information is going to make them any more successful, when it's actually the contrary. Mm-hmm. Teaching, educating, and helping other people will only elevate you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, it is. It's more than enough knowledge out there for everybody to get out there and get it.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Something else that I do want for you to share is you talked about how your business moves forward and you do your planning and goal setting. Can you tell me a little bit about how you go about doing that?
Yeah. So basically, in the Wind Down Wednesday that we have coming up on the 19th, what that one is going to be about is basically like an outliner project planner for the year. So we have like a what do you call those things? A vision board, right?
Okay.
So like a vision board party, basically, and it's going to be outlined. And so I have a whole whiteboard that I have inside my office, and basically for every month, and I have a calendar that I have like one of those big school calendars I have posted up on the wall. So for every month, I literally outline some type of event or something that the business is going to do. Like there's going to be multiple pop-up shops this year. The first one is going to be in Charlotte in March. Like I said, we have the different drops coming out quarterly, and then we have the females coming. I have the launch for the swimwear coming. So basically, that's what I do. And if anybody sends me anything and say, "Hey, you might want to be in this pop-up for this month," if I'm available to do it, I make contact, and then I put that on the calendar. I put that on the whiteboard. But definitely outlining and planning and going over those, it definitely helps keep my business in order.
Well, thank you for sharing. And I know that's really going to help people out by staying organized and on track.
Yeah.
There's something I always like to do in every episode. So this is Success Leaves Clues podcast. So I like to point out a couple of clues that I noticed during our conversation that has helped you be successful, and hopefully to help the audience to be successful as well. And one thing you talk about a lot is your discipline.
Yes.
And a discipline that you use, whether it's at the gym, whether it's at work and different places like that. But discipline is key in everything that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I do notice that you have a high level of leadership. So like I said, you are a leader amongst leaders. So you're not only in an organization or that is full of leadership, but you're at the top of that leadership as a chief. So I know leadership is important to your success. And then also, like you said, your vision and goal setting is very important. And then, of course, your community, your circle, like everything you talk about that's helped propel you has been your family, whether, when I say family, I mean friends or family, but that circle, that tight knit group has really helped you be successful. And I know that the people watching this episode will probably notice a lot of other clues, but I just want to point out a couple of things that I noticed.
Kevin, you're right. You hit him on the head. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
and just staying afloat. Just continue outsourcing knowledge. Like you can never, ever, ever learn too much,
Wow.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Never stop learning.
No, never stop learning. Never stop. Keep going.
Well, I know everybody is going to love your brand the way I do. I can't wait to get me one of those hoodies because I haven't seen that one.
Thank you. We have the gray one coming out soon too. The gray one should be ready to purchase at the end of this month. So I released the black suit, but now we have the gray ones coming in.
All right. I'll be getting mine.
All right.
But I want to let everybody know out there, I want to remind you, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. Until next time on Success Leaves Clues podcast.
All right.